The second section today talks about independent and dependent variables. So here's the book's definition. It says the input of a function is an independent variable. The output of a function is a dependent variable. So basically what we're saying here is the value of the dependent variable will depend on, or is a function of, the value of the independent variable. So if we go back to the Tasha example, the babysitter, the amount she earned depend on, or is a function of, the amount of time she works. So if we look at just a normal equation, we can easily pick out what the independent and dependent variables are. So x is the input, and remember y is your output. So according to the definition, the independent variable is going to be my input, or the x. So x equals independent. And according to the definition, my output, or y, is my dependent. And here's why. Because, remember, you get to choose values for x, right? And when we were graphing things, you get to make an xy chart. And whatever x was would determine what y was going to be. So y depends on what x is going to be. And that's why y is the dependent variable. And we can do this with different examples that don't necessarily have an equation yet, so just a statement. So in the winter, more electricity is used when the temperature goes down, and less is used when the temperature rises. So we have two different variables here. We have the temperature. Well, let's say first we have electricity, and then we have the temp. Alright, so we have to figure out which one depends on the other. It says that the electricity is used when the temperature goes up or down. So the electricity being used will depend on what the temperature is. So this is my dependent, and temperature is the independent. So since the electricity depends on the temperature, that is the dependent variable. So let's look at B. The cost of a shipping package is based on its weight. Okay, so we have cost, and we have weight. The cost depends on what the weight is. So here's my dependent, and here's my independent. So input and output. Stuff that you've been doing already that you just didn't realize you were working with. Alright, and the last one here. The faster Ron walks, the quicker he gets home. So we have two different variables here. Time and speed. So, the time that it takes for Ron to get home will depend on how fast he walks. So the time depends on how fast he walks. And there you go. That's how you look at independent and